What is up?
Thank you. What up?
What's up, Bob? How you feeling?
Oh, going crazy.
Going crazy?
The bruise is now in my calf. It's just worked its way down.
Good. Blood's flowing, that means.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be fine.
So I definitely should not do legs for a while, right?
No, no, we're gonna rest your legs a little bit. We're gonna rest your legs. No more sprinting until you finish
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Well, I did a
You're a
really
little
slow.
horse.
I did a really slow mile this morning. But it's good.
All right, I'll take a slow mile.
Yep, yep.
How everybody else feeling?
Good.
We got one good. Coda's here. Mommy's not home yet. Oh, you're gonna eat dinner right in front of us. You gotta eat. We gotta eat. He's waiting on that. I told him you gotta wait till mommy comes home. I'll let people trickle in as usual. Small talk until then. Val, how you living?
Getting ready to do some running.
Always on that treadmill. I like it. Consistency is key.
I got new shoes. I gotta see if they work and don't hurt my feet.
You got to break them in. Don't do it on the course like I do. You'll mess yourself up.
Oh no, I can't do that. I have too many feet problems.
Too many feet problems.
I have super wide feet, so and New Balance has recently done a lot of changes with my regular shoe. So 2 years ago, I went through a lot trying to find shoes that didn't hurt my feet.
Oh,
So
why is your paw under my desk mat, doggy? You're supposed to be helping. He's supposed to be helping tonight till mom gets home. We could dive right in. Nobody else got anything cracking? We got new shoes. We got bruising. I see a LA Marathon finisher. Yeah, Melissa's shaking her head. Congrats. How'd it feel?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. Um, there was surprises on the course, like they had the Pop Tarts mascots out there at mile 10.
Okay.
Yeah, they also had so next week is the Oscars. There was some controversy because the LA Marathon was originally scheduled for next week, but the Oscars was scheduled for next week also. So LA Marathon had to move a week back.
Can't mess with
So
can't mess
yeah,
with Oscar.
they had the red carpet out for us and they had all the Oscar statues out. So we got to run through the red carpet, take pictures with the Oscar statues. So it was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You went 26 too, right?
Yep, I did the full 26. I know they had that mile 18 option. It was hot. And I've been in a race before where somebody has passed away at the finish line because of the heat, and they were trying to avoid that. So everyone had the option, like, if you're training for 26 miles, you don't want to dip
You
out
don't
at
want to,
18,
no.
but the option was there. So,
I think if you get to that point, you feel like you're dying, like, yeah, you know what? Take the option, but
yeah,
sounds like it was fun.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. You should come out and do it.
I got a list. I got a laundry list. Yeah, in my main group chat, I'm in like 50 group chats. The main group chat with a lot of people that are on here, we just started like a I don't know, a tracking list of all the races everybody signed up for. And I'm like, oh man, this is just gonna end up having me travel places. Now I got grandmas on the list, bird in hand,
a
all of them.
bed, but I have a bed for Twin Cities.
Look, now I got places to stay. So now we're rocking. Now we're cooking. That's it.
Houston full, coach. Houston full or half.
Houston full.
You got to do the Houston. Come on. Come out this time.
I'm gonna end up like Lance, who's going after all the states, man. Lance is a loon. Some of y'all I know are doing that. Crazy. It's a lot. I'm not trying to go out to Alaska and go run anywhere. I think he did that one. He did do that one already. It's a lot. It's a lot of travel. New York's next on the list. We got a trip to Connecticut, so I'm looking for a race up there, because I got to go to my nephew's communion thing. So I might as well get a run in while I'm there. Jared, Alaska's his favorite marathon to date. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So now I regret saying that. Kathy's iPad has joined your meeting. I'm getting notifications on the phone too. All right. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. We're going to talk about I went for the last two official ones on the call. I went with requests, and one of the big ones, breaking through plateaus and snacking. So I did a little combo. They are not, you know, they're not at all related. They're snacks are one thing, plateaus are another. Lost all my visuals. Everybody, let me shift everybody around. Every time I share that screen, everybody disappears. It's okay. You'd think by week, what are we in? We're week 5 now. You'd think I'd have it down. And I lost my chat box. That's okay. I'll survive. Come on, Zoomy Zoom. Yeah. If I miss anything in the chat, somebody moderate because I don't know where it went. Too many screens. Let's see if I can find it actually before I get going. Nope, it's somewhere. Not here. So just raise a hand if you got anything to say tonight, or just shout it out. I'm not even gonna mute anybody. We'll just let it be chill tonight. So at this point, probably hopefully you've started seeing some changes at this point, whether it's the training, the nutrition, the habits. Hopefully, if you're going for a scale victory, you've seen some changes there as well. But almost everybody gets to that point where progress does slow down. Scale stops moving a little bit. Strength, strength could potentially stop increasing. The running pace stalls, and that's when I think a lot of people start. Hey, something's got to be something's wrong here. What the heck is going on? What's happening? What am I doing wrong? And no, that the plateaus are reality of it. It's like that's part of progress. It is normal. It's normal to hit a brick wall every once in a while. And we'll talk about two things that can kickstart that momentum again, how to break through the plateaus with whether it's fat loss, strength training, running. And then we talk about snacks. Everybody wants to know about snacks. Y'all, are you hungry at 5 weeks into this? Is that what we're trying to tell me? No, I'm just looking at all the pictures. Justin doesn't look hungry. He's good. He's fine. I'm gonna open this thing up so I can see all the little pictures. There we go. Well, still make me do 2 pages. All right, let's jumpy jump. Maybe. Maybe we'll jump. So topics again, focusing on a few key ideas. So why the plateaus happen. Usually if you understand the cause, we can figure out the fix for it. Second, strategies on just restarting progress when fat loss stalls, strength stalls, running improvements slow down, and then we'll hit the snacks on the tail end. I'm glad I did snacks on the tail end because I feel like there's always 1,000 questions about snacks, and you're probably looking at the healthier snacks up there outside of that popcorn at the bottom, and you're like, oh hell no, that's not the snacks we're talking about. And then just a lot of people struggle to reach that protein target during the day, so snacks focused on protein. That'll be my goal to help fix hitting the protein goals with the snacks. So first thing to go over progress. I could have pulled some of my long-term people and shown you progress is not linear. I think Heather's got her camera off, but Heather's chart's one of my favorites because it's a long-term chart. It shows a lot of downward trend, but every single step of that downward trend, there are bumps and there's ups and downs. Like Heather, you've done a great job. There you are. You've done a great job, and you have a really good example when I look at your chart of like, hey, it's not straight down. There's a lot of this ziggy zaggy bumps and hiccups in the road. But again, it's constantly moving in the right direction. That's what we want. A lot of people expect the scale to drop every week. Workouts workouts feel easier every week. They shouldn't feel easier every week. The running pace doesn't always improve steadily. Almost none of those things happen. Like real progress tends to look like this. There's ups, downs, there's highs, lows. It's never those two pretty straight lines. Mommy's home. Now I can be less distracted by the Pomeranian in my lap. So we're expect more of this. It'll slow down. You might see progress for a couple weeks, then things level off. You're really on fire, you're killing it, and then work picks up and we slow down. And then we feel like we're dropping the ball because the scale didn't move anywhere. And I had a couple. I did last few check-ins today, and it was like I was sick, and the scale didn't go anywhere this week. And I'm like, that's a win. Sometimes if the scale doesn't go anywhere, that's a win. Even if it doesn't go down, it didn't go up. Kill a Cat. I reference Kill a Cat all the time on here. She's one that I was just preaching to her like during dopey training. Let's just not go backwards in November, December. You got a lot of miles, you're eating more food than we're used to. Let's just watch that scale close and make sure it doesn't go up. And that can be a win sometimes. But plateaus, they're often just where the body's adapting to a lot of the work you're doing. And adaptation is a good thing. It means the body's responding, but we want to look at the various plateaus and it's really progress has temporarily stalled. So you might still be working hard, even though the strength's not increasing. You might still be following the plan, even though the scale's not moving. The outcome, whatever outcome you're tracking, has stopped. Could be scale, could be strength, could be running pace, a lot of different things, inches that it could be, or you just feel like the energy and the recovery aren't improving the way they were earlier. Plateau definitely it's not failure. It's not failure, and a lot of people look at it like, "Oh my God, I'm dropping the ball." I'll have people message me one-on-one comment. Oh, I'm so sorry. The scale didn't go down this week. It's like it's not going to go down every week. It's not a perfect science, but it just means your body has adapted to the current routines, and then it's my job to try to figure out what the heck, what the heck happened. What levers can we pull on to get things moving? Five big common causes and I'm going to continue just going from screen to screen and looking because I've had a couple of these conversations with people. Metabolic adaptation is this is a big one. If your calories stay too
Yep.
low,
Oh no, I know.
who said that? Who said I know? I know.
Oh
I
no,
wonder,
no. I'm so sorry. I just jumped on and
oh,
I
don't be
was
sorry.
answering my boyfriend. I'm so sorry.
What's up, girl? How you been?
I've been good. I just got a Peloton ride in and I don't have my video on because I'm going to start lifting some heavy stuff while I listen.
I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it. But you know what? I feel like you fit this one a little bit. Metabolic adaptation. So if your calories are low for a long time, your body simplify it. Your body's got, yep, go see mommy. There we go. Now, body becomes efficient with the energy. So if I'm only giving it 600 calories a day, 800 calories a day, your body does not want to die. So it finds ways to work with that 600 and it starts shutting down other things. It says, "You know what? I'm not gonna concentrate energy on losing fat. This person is only giving me 600 calories a day. I'm not going to focus energy on building muscle. I can't, muscle has a metabolic cost. I can't afford to maintain any more muscle because I'm only getting 600 calories a day. This one, this is, if you're going through this, and that's why we've stalled, this tends to be a longer process to fix where, you know, people come in 800, 600, even 1,000 calories on the male side of things is very low. They say, all right, we're going to go up a little bit, see if the scale doesn't do anything. We're going to go up a little bit, see if the scale doesn't do anything, all the way to where you should be. And I'm somebody who just lived at 16 to 18 for a while, and I fluctuate between 3,500 in a cut and 4,500 in a bulk fairly regularly throughout the year. So I was way under eating and I never saw progress in the gym, which that led to training adaptation. So a lot of that happens, and I really got to specify this because there is so much value in doing the same thing, but not doing the same thing forever. So if we repeat the same workouts week after week for life, you're gonna stop seeing a change there. So people that are primarily in the challenge, you basically got a taste, you got a teaser of 2 weeks, what 2 weeks of strength workouts look like. If you joined early, you got 4 full weeks of strength, but 2 weeks of what strength stuff looks like, low reps, heavy weight. You got 2 weeks of hypertrophy. That's our muscle growth phase, mid-range reps, mid-range weight. And then you got right now high reps, lighter weight. They all have benefit. That's muscular endurance, that last one. They all have a benefit. But if you do one for so long, and we get caught in it, I lifted only in a hypertrophy phase for a very long time because 8 to 12 is what you hear. 8 to 12, do 8 to 12 reps. That's the sweet spot. That's where muscle grows. I always wanted to grow muscle, but I never got stronger because I was doing the exact same thing all the time. When I dropped down to like 1 to 5 reps, I was like, holy smokes, my strength is skyrocketing. And then I came back into that hypertrophy phase. I was able to go at it heavier and just really attack it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing better at something I was doing for 8 years consistently because I incorporated this other modality. But generally, 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks is three at the lightest, I would say. 4 weeks is where you want to have some repeated efforts and focus on getting really darn good at them. Get good and get good and try to get better every day, and that'll help break that plateau. But if we keep doing the same thing, body eventually stops seeing it as a challenge. I grew fitness for years. I saw people, I haven't made any progress. I'm like, Susan, it's because you've been lifting the same 10-pound dumbbells for 5 years while I've been here. So you got to give your body a reason to adapt. Third one, reduce daily movement. This one, when you start dieting, you often unconsciously move less during the day. You have less energy, especially if you're deep in a cut, less energy, you move less, and you're just getting less steps in. And what happens there, neat. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, that's the extra steps are a gold mine. So I'm gonna go back to my group fitness days. When I was coaching 4 classes, I would do 5 a.m., 6:05 a.m., 7:10 a.m., 8:15. I was done with my day working at 9:15 in the morning. And then I would go to the gym for 2 hours. I had 20,000 steps before noon. And then I would be at the pool and I was getting so many steps in. And then I took on a more management type of role. And those steps dropped down to about 8 to 10,000. I started putting on weight. I was like, what the hell's going on? Luckily, I'm a numbers guy. I went back into the data and I'm like, wow, my steps were anywhere between 20 and 25,000. Now they're down to 8 to 10, which is a lot for some people, but it wasn't a lot for me. So I had to consciously look to increase that non-exercise activity thermogenesis, just moving and grooving. Fourth, recovery issues. So if you're a hot mess express, this can slow everything. Sleep, stress, recovery, all influence performance, fat loss. Whose sleep's been out of whack this week because of daylight savings time? Yeah, Jenny. Yep, Kathy. Okay. Erica, what the hell is on your head?
I took a shower before I got on the call because
Oh,
as
it's a,
my
it's a
bedtime is
towel.
9 o'clock. So I got home, I showered. You probably saw it, just packed my lunch for tomorrow with my meal prep. I'm eating my meal prep now. And then I can lay in my bed and read after this and digital detox by 8.
That's it. That's
I can,
it. Okay. I support. There we go. Now you look like you. The time change has ruined me.
it
My,
has.
my scale is out of batteries. I finally found the chat window. Thank you for everybody messaging. It popped up eventually while I took a breather there to harass Erica about her hair. Don't even start with mine's so out of whack. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, which is so unusual for me. I'm like 4:30, 4:15 on the dot. And well, obviously the change, so it is the same time. But it threw off my whole day because I just felt behind all day. Recovery is the only thing I'm consistent at. I'll support that. Have not been getting my steps in is a good reminder to prioritize that daily goal. Yes. I've had the best sleep since Christmas. My Garmin is loving my sleep this week. Yeah, must be nice. Good for you. Good for you. But all of those sleep, stress, any kind of things that are gonna mess with your recovery, that can slow things down. The fifth is nutrition drift. So you start getting used to the measurements, right? I'm guilty of this. I get used to the measurements. I don't really have, unless I'm really trying to dial in and cut weight, I don't have to weigh every day because I know, this is what I take in. This is what my daily looks like. But then dinner comes around, the portions start getting a little bigger. They start increasing. I throw a little extra rice in there and, less consistent with the tracking. And it's a slow thing. It's just kind of drifting and it goes up. So no bueno there. No bueno. You gotta if you're noticing it going up in the wrong direction, that might be a good time to dial in. But I'm gonna go a little deeper on each of these back to step one, basically, the metabolic adaptation. Being in a deficit for too long, your body gets used to that. Your body gets used to it, so it is going to down regulate. Oh, I got some background noise. It's going to down regulate what you basically need to do, what it needs, calorie needs. I'll figure out that background noise. Going to reduce energy expenditure. So now I wish I had a different chart on this. So if I'm eating 4,000 calories a day and I go down to 3,000 and I'm there for 6 months, 3,000 is going to be my new set point. 3,000 is going to be my new set point. And now I'm not burning 4,000 anymore, right? Because my body has downshifted. But initially, when I go from four, and for me, I'd probably go from four to 3,500 or four to 3,750. When I go down just that little bit, I'm going to see a change. And my hole is deeper. I can dig a deeper hole as time goes by. So only so much you can dig that hole. So I try to look at like my real dialed in fat loss phases as like robbing a bank. I want to get in, get what I want, and get the hell out of Dodge because I don't want to downregulate for too long. And when you downregulate too long, metabolism starts to slow. The body gets more efficient with the energy. It's very much a survival instinct. So the body survival mechanism, not instinct. The body wants to stay alive, even though sometimes we feel like our bodies want to kill us. Your body does want to live. As you go through that,
What happened for tomorrow? Okay.
yeah, sure. There's that mute button. Found it. And then with that, hunger hormones tend to increase. So even though you're eating less, you start getting hungrier, and you might just like that's when the binge happens. That's when the gorge happens. That's when you pull out the jar of peanut butter and you're scooping because you're hungry and you get those binges. It's not good. With all that, fat loss slows down. It doesn't mean the metabolism is broken. It means that it's just adapted to the environment it's in. And solution is never to restrict more. It's usually just a small course correction. I'll use Bob as an example. When Bob came in, he was eating less than 800 calories and was at a brick wall. Bob weighed every bit of 300 pounds plus when we started hanging out and 800 calories. And his body was just like, threw him that, threw him the bird. Let's put it that way. Let's put it gently. It threw him the bird. And so I said, we're going to go up to 1,000 and then we're going to go up. Now I can't. I wanted to raise him again. And then he had to go and pull a hamstring on me. So he's got to wait until we get some more activity back in before we bump it up. But small, we went up to 1,000. Went up to 1,200. Slow and steady. That'll mean you have the ability to listen and look for the feedback. All right. Am I gaining the right kind of weight or am I gaining the wrong kind of weight? If I gained a pound or two by increasing some calories. I'm not worried about that if my strength is going up, if my muscle looks fuller. Okay, I'm not putting on all, I'll mess up the quote, so I'm not even going to try it, but it's like all weight has mass, but not all mass is fat. So you gotta look at what you're actually putting on, which is tricky for people because we don't like to see the scale go up. You say my body doesn't want to take me out, but my autoimmune disease begs to differ. I'll give you that. It does want to stay alive though. Body also, again, adapts to working out. So when you first start strength training or running, the body responds quickly. If you repeat the same stimulus over and over, body adapts. And this is what, like, you're training for your first mile or your first 5K. You probably saw really good loss right out the gate by just starting to run a little bit. The body gets used to it. The body says, I need to do this efficiently. That's when your cardio system gets stronger and you start burning less calories while doing it. Once that body adapts, that progress slows down, and that's where we got to look for just progressive overload. So that's why I love using that because I can see, all right, we got to go up a little bit, whether it's 1 rep or 1 pound every workout. I try to find at least one spot where I can just milk a little bit more out of that muscle. Could mean lifting heavier, could be more reps, could be just different intervals while running or increasing the intensity. Or your body says F you no matter what changes you make. Melissa, you were the one I was thinking of when I was talking about metabolic restoration. I'm just kind of mentally priming you to have another conversation with you about how I think that's going to be your best bet. But that's between us. You put it up there. So before changing anything, I usually recommend doing a little audit. Audit the habits. Ask yourself, ask yourself these questions because a plateau usually comes from just small changes that accumulate over time. Maybe the portion sizes started going up. Maybe the workouts became less consistent. Am I doing, one less run a week? Am I doing two lifts instead of three? And maybe you're just like kill a cat out there who's going through hell at work and only time she could work out is 4 a.m. So she's got to get up because it's good for her mental health and the work people are driving her absolutely crazy. So sleep's been inconsistent. Maybe that's what's slowing things down. I'm very guilty of tracking. Before making big adjustments, look at those questions. Am I sleeping enough? Has my step count dropped? Have the portion size increased? Am I tracking food consistently? Am I throwing the sneaky stuff on? Because sometimes I like the sneaky stuff. I'm putting, again, I eat very basic throughout the day. It's either chicken, ground turkey, tilapia, ground bison, or ground beef. It's one of those five things almost always throughout my day with some asparagus and broccoli. But my wife bought a tasty little dressing and I found myself slathering that dressing on. And then I did the math. I said, okay, I went through a bottle of this in 2 weeks. There are 28 servings in here. And okay, so basically I ate double what I should be if I'm doing it every day. And yeah, double serving size. Okay, it was 200 calories. That made it 400 calories in what I was taking in times 7 days a week. 4, 7, 14, 2,800 calories. No wonder the scale's not moving anywhere. That 3,500 calories in a pound, I'm taking in 2,800 extra off freaking dressing. Told her do not buy that dressing anymore. Get me in trouble. So audit the behaviors, audit what's happening. A lot of times the solution is simply figuring out what the trigger is and returning to the right behavior. Simple ways to restart the fat loss. I almost should have put protein first. Protein will make you eat less of the other stuff, but if fat loss slows down, the big adjustments to make, daily steps. Daily steps. If I'm adding one more 30-minute walk in a day on the treadmill, and not everybody has time for that. And I've missed it more often than I've got it done in the past 2 weeks that I've started doing it post Princess. But I've gotten it done instead of getting it done 7 days a week. I got it done three, and those three weren't getting done before. It's just about me being a little more efficient in the gym and walking on the treadmill right after before I make excuses with the day, before the sun comes up and just getting it done. But I'm noticing things starting to move in the right direction. Doesn't have to be 30 minutes, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Could be enough to just get the needle moving again. But 2 to 3,000 steps a day can usually create just enough meaningful calorie deficit to, you know, without adding tons of additional workouts. So right now I'm at 11,150 plus Coda's still got to get his walk in. Increase in protein intake's another one. What that's going to do, it's going to preserve muscle, improve appetite control, which are two big things when you're in the deficit. You want to maintain muscle so the metabolism stays high, and you don't want to have bad appetite control because you don't want to overeat. If you're not strength training, which most of you already are, this is where I'd say stick with it. What are we on? We just finished week 4, 4 by 3, okay, 12. Some of y'all only 12 workouts into your strength training journey. 13 if we count this Monday. Keep on keeping on. Whether it's here or not, keep on doing it because especially if your goal is fat loss, what it's going to do, it's going to increase metabolic demand. Muscle has a cost. It's caloric cost. And just by sitting here, having muscle on the body, I tend to burn more calories at rest, which you can check that on a DEXA scan and get a good idea. You can get resting metabolic rate testing. Very good information to have, but almost too much information. You'll also drive yourself nuts. Short conditioning workouts. If you're somebody that really loves to work out and you've got extra, Like especially if you're in group or one-on-one, let me know. I'm gonna probably start building out little conditioning tasters, little 10-minute bonus burnouts that you can tack on if you're looking to just kind of accelerate things and if you have the time. But conditioning from it, that's just I enjoy conditioning stuff like uphill sprints. I'm one of them sick people. Don't jump right into uphill sprints because you heard me say it. Otherwise, you end up like Bob. And yeah, just ease into those ones and let me know if you got questions on them. I can kind of walk you through it. Make sure I'm staying on time here tonight. I think I am. When strength stops improving, this one, this one's a hard time. Bob's laughing. If strength improvements slow down, you usually got to either Bethany needs a 10-minute burner. We either got to adjust the training stimulus or B, focus on the recovery. So if protein intake is adequate, we should be good. If sleep and recovery are good, usually we're going to be good. After that, am I progressing? And progression, it can be one more rep, it can be one more pound, it can be, I mean, you look at a power lifter and they put little 1 pound fractional weights on there to break through world records. So 1 pound is enough to create just a little more stimulus. It could even be just shorten the recovery period a little bit within good measure. So if you're going heavy enough and you still are able to recover adequately and still lift heavy enough, then we could shorten that recovery period. Could be changing the rep range. So that's why I don't like to keep people doing the same thing for more than 4 weeks. Let your body adapt to it. Let's give it a whole new training stimulus. Let's throw you off. Let's go from a total body to a push pull legs to unilateral stuff back to a total body. The body's what was that term back in the day? It's going to bother me now. Um, oh, muscular confusion. Now your muscles are smart. They're not going to get confused. But so I'm big. Don't throw don't throw crap at the wall and hope it'll stick. Follow the plan and then adjust as your body adapts to the plan. Could even be improving technique. So slowing down. I went through a training cycle that I was testing out, and I only, I rarely use this kind of advanced tactics with all people, but it was very focused on tempo. So it was 8 seconds down, thinking of barbell bench press. It was 8 seconds down, slow and steady, resting the bar on my chest, well, above my chest, so I was still engaged for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then a 4 count up. It was humbling how little I was able to lift with that tempo. 4 weeks later, after just getting out of the wheelhouse, my strength shot up. It was insane how much stronger I was when I went back to my more standard type of things I was doing. So taking time to really dial in the technique, focus on the technique, mind muscle connection, like feeling your muscle work. I'm in a very high rep phase now, and I'm really honed in on just squeezing and feeling the muscle. And the lighter weight, 35-pound chest flies, I was like drenched in it. I was dying. And I'm like, oh my God, I am so sore. But with strength, progress comes from just consistent exposure to slightly greater challenges. So very small incremental increases along the way. Let's see. Running progress. And if there's any of my running coach crews on here, you are more than welcome to chime in because I always love getting your input as well. But a lot of runners hitting the plateaus because every run tends to become the same pace. So I was guilty of that. This is why I signed up with a run coach because I wanted somebody to be a second set of eyes and get me out of my damn wheelhouse because it's very easy for me to go into that flow. As much as I love progressive overload on the weight floor, it's hard to get myself pushing myself to that next level on the runs. So with that, your body starts to adapt quickly to that steady effort. If you want to continue improving, you tend to add variation. That, interval training, hill work, mixing in the strength training, adding the proper recovery, improving the fueling, which I love when somebody asks about that because that's where I geek out is on the fueling side of things. But running, that improves when you challenge the different systems. I've been incorporating sprints and speed days and all that fun stuff now. And I'm like, my running performance is just shooting up. I can't wait. Well, I can because I want to enjoy the training cycle. I can't wait to get to New York season. I'm ready. Not really. I got months to get ready, but I'm enjoying this training cycle because I'm incorporating these other things. The three-step plateau reset. So for this one, if progress stalls, simplify it. And I'm big on simplifying any and everything you can. Make your life stupid simple, and it'll just make things so much easier. Audit the habits is step one. See if you can track what the heck is going on, what you're doing different. Step two, change one variable. Way back at the beginning of this, we talked about my friend Kevin, who I recently ran into, and my friend Kevin looked exactly like when I left him. He said the exact same thing. He goes, "I really got to get back into the gym. I really got to start working out again." But Kevin likes to try to do 25 effing things at once, and he drops the ball. And I said, "Dude, just change one thing. See if it gets the needle moving. Once you can lock that one thing down for 2 to 4 weeks, change another thing. See if it gets the needle moving. Track the results for 2 weeks, and so many people are guilty. Oh, I changed one thing and nothing changed overnight. The scale went up overnight. Well, you might have had a bad night's sleep. You might have been inflamed. You might have went for a long run that day. So many variables that going back to our roller coaster on that our roller coaster on the chart. It's like so many variables. You got to look at least 2 weeks of data and say, hey, okay, I've now increased my steps 2,000. I took something real simple, or 1,000. I increased my steps by 1,000 a day. Did the needle move in the right direction? Do I feel better? Are the clothes a little tighter? All right, that's working. I'm gonna stick with it. We're gonna leave that 1,000 steps. Now we're gonna focus on the next thing. So many people just want to change everything at once. Like January 1, that's the January 1 crowd. You start adjusting multiple variables at once, you're never going to know what's actually the lever that you pulled on that worked. Small, strategic, calculated ones are going to be much more effective. Who wants to chat about snacks? I'm big on protein. I'm going to say it. I've said it 1,000 times. We got one more big call after this one, and then we do a little finale call. But I've said it. I'll say it again. Easiest way to support fat loss, support recovery is going to be protein. It's going to play, just a lot of roles during the transformation. It's going to preserve muscle while you're losing the fat. It's going to improve the recovery from the workouts. It's going to help control the hunger, and it's going to give you a slight little extra calorie burn just by digesting it. And and it's the most important macronutrient in my opinion for body comp. So let's go here. So with this one, good general guideline. Zero point 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. Secondary guideline, target body weight. Go for protein at target body weight. Now, with that, I've said this one before. If we're a 400-pound person and our target body weight is 120 pounds, 120 is going to be too low for you. Going to be too low. So we don't want we don't want to go way too low. 200-pound person, I use, and I'm actually 210 right now, but use me as an example. 200-pound person, anywhere between 160 and 240 grams of protein per day. I'm floating in the 220 range right now. Floating about 220 because I'm in that cut. I'm in the deficit and I want to try to maintain as much muscle as possible, which is about 1.05. I might increase it just a little bit, but keep forgetting to eat. But simple strategy, at least 25 to 40 grams per meal. And that's where snacks are going to come in. So with all that, our goal really is improve muscle protein synthesis, control the appetite during the day by eating. But this is where most people miss the protein is on the snacks. Protein buffalo chicken dip with Quest chips. You're, do you make this? You make this buffalo chicken dip? Can you send me the recipe?
Yeah, I made it this week with southern potatoes, like diced potatoes. So it's almost like a buffalo chicken French fries. So
Ooh,
I'm getting a little bit of the protein in there between Quest ranch chips crushed on top of it with the protein buffalo chicken dip. It was about 60 grams of protein for lunch.
good Lord.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped about it. So now I'm making it all the time.
Throw, throw it in the recipe chat, please.
Yes, I will. It's super easy. It's just for anyone who doesn't like cottage cheese, you blend the
I'm not
cottage
worried
cheese.
about them.
Some people, oh, okay, then just you and I are here talking. It's like a cup of um, Greek yogurt, a cup of the cottage cheese, and I put it in a food processor, so it's really creamy, and it takes out the cream cheese. And then I use powdered ranch, buffalo sauce, and the chicken, and you're good to go. But I will put it in the recipe chat later tonight after I
Thank
make
you.
another batch of it.
Yeah, as long as it's later tonight and before Kim goes grocery shopping on Friday.
I'll get it tonight before she goes. You got
We're
it.
not going tonight. We're not going until the weekend.
Okay.
Uh, Erica, the recipe chat's on Telegram. That's for group coaching and one-on-one people are in there. And you know what? If you put your everybody who put themselves on the list, I can actually send you that Telegram. I can send you the Telegram link if you want to join it. I will say Telegram, that's my favorite chat because we chat a lot. And I tell some people if you're not a very chatty person on the internet, stick with just the in-app chat. Otherwise, between, there's like six of us that are gonna blow you up all day. And it's my favorite chat to be in all day because even when I'm driving, I look and I get little notifications. Every morning we wake up and check in on Bob's injury. I am guilty. You'll become a chatty person once you join it. I love it. I love it. Don't give me permission to talk more. No, yeah, Erica, we're not even letting you in that chat. I lost my train of thought now. But common snacks, they're just commonly low in protein and high in calories. And like look at the general grocery store. General grocery store, you walk in, I know you walk into Publix, you got the fruits and veggies as you go up the line, you got the meats down the back, and then you go around the other side and you got your eggs and dairy and all the other crap in the middle. The chips, the crackers, granola bars, the pastries, all conveniently, especially the ones with bright labels, bright, colorful labels, cartoon characters. They're all at your children's eye level. I wonder why that is. Oh, I want the one with the monster on it, with the purple monster on it. And it's like, yep, we've been conditioned since a young age to go right towards that stuff. And very often, little protein, not going to keep you full for long. Snacks are a great chance to increase the protein intake if we get the right ones. So a good quality snack, in my opinion, is going to be about 15 to 25 grams because we're gonna get better hunger control, improve recovery. That's the satiety effect on having a little bit of protein, 20 grams of protein is going to be real good. You're not going to be as hungry after you had that versus when I have a bag of chips. um, Muscle recovery, what else? And just, yeah, stable energy levels. If it's got more protein, you're gonna be satisfied fuller longer. You're gonna reach, you're gonna reach for this snack later on. And I don't know, we had Chipotle this weekend. We had Chipotle this weekend, and for some reason, we didn't eat the chips and the guac. Stupid small thing of guac, giant bag of chips. And I let myself get to the point yesterday where I was like, oh my God, we're not having dinner. I'm so out of whack with this time change. We're not having dinner for another hour. We still got to walk Coda. I need a snack. And I opened the fridge and I saw, I don't know why we did not just throw the chips out. There were Chipotle chips don't stay good, but I was like, oh, I kind of want that guac. Their guac is good. Plus, it's like $4 for the guac. So, so there's that. And I ate a whole bag of public or Chipotle chips last night. I ate the whole chips like in one serving, and it's so easy. And then I was starving for dinner 30 minutes later. I was just explaining to my kids that the Mario Cheerios are just regular Cheerios and don't have any Mario things in them. See, you know what? It could be worse. At least you're on Cheerios. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. High protein snacks. So I came up with the quick list. Greek yogurt and berries. If you got more to add to the list, we throw it in that recipe chat. Greek yogurt and berries, protein shake with fruit, cottage cheese and fruit, hard boiled eggs. Hard boiled eggs are one of the easiest ways to just, if you eat eggs, easiest ways to get protein. And if you've got more time, you got more time, make the little egg bites and just keep some egg bites in the fridge for the week and just grab one of those. I I like that. Well, I jumped because I'm reading the chat as well. Turkey roll-ups, tuna packets, protein shakes, jerky, edamame. Bob said not good for men trying to gain muscle. It's because it does, if you eat too much of it, it does affect your estrogen levels and not the best thing for a male, but if you're not going overboard. Now, I work with somebody who is a cancer survivor and she's vegan. And edamame is one of those protein sources, but because of type cancer, we don't want to do anything that affects her her estrogen level. So we watch out for that edamame. We don't want to throw her estrogen out of whack at all. So that's one we can't even touch there. So you got to look at those things like Bob mentioned up there. Not good for men trying to gain muscle. I do, if we go out, sushi, wife likes getting she likes getting some spicy edamame. If you've ever had it at Splitsville, it's delicious. She likes getting some of that, so I'll dive in on that every once in a while, but I'm not eating it, more than once every 2, 3 months. Protein bars, watch the protein bars. If you ever want to look at a protein bar, just send it to me and I can almost tell you if it's a good one or a bad one right out the gate because I've probably tried almost all of them. Jerky for I got a whole grill crew thinking about you, Bill. Bill's gonna make me some good jerky. Not protein, but my favorite healthy fat snack is just eating a whole avocado. Not bad. You throw some eggs with it. That's what we had. We had for breakfast on Saturday. We had avocado and eggs. Add a little hummus into the avocado. I like that. Mix it with fiber, you get a double whammy. So a real good snack will contain both. Fiber is going to slow the digestion, increase the fullness. So Greek yogurt, that's why we threw the berries in there. Apple, you're getting the fiber there plus the protein shake. Cottage cheese plus the cucumber. Turkey plus the carrots. If you have the protein fiber combination, it's a 1-2 punch. You're going to stay fuller longer. Big win. I want to keep people fuller so we stay away from the other stuff. I need to know what the best Aldi protein bar is because they have 800 on the shelf. There's no way Aldi has the has 800 protein bars on the shelf. I'll go in there and look. We'll come here. I'll stop the screen share. Oh, I can see everybody's pretty faces again. And I can get my chat. Let me rearrange my windows. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm not rearranging things. Happy Tuesday. Oh, now I lost everybody. You're stuck in like a weird zone. Okay, we keep you up there. Where'd my chat go? Oh, oh. Let me go back to the top. We boil 18 to 24 eggs every Sunday. Easy grab and go. I love that. I keep saying I'm gonna do the egg bites again and get like back in that habit of setting those up. And it's so easy to do. Like you mash it up, smash it up, throw them in there. We usually buy the cartons of egg whites, so I'll probably go heavy on that and just a few handful of single eggs, figure out the macros, and then yeah, divide it by 18 or divide it by 24. You got your macros there. Super easy to figure out. And then sushi. Okay. No, I missed that. Add a little hummus. My top five protein bars. Oh, my top five protein bars. I go with Quest. Quest because it's probably the highest protein, lowest carbs. It does have sugar alcohol in it. They taste good. I like the birthday cake one. It tastes good. Um, be careful on things with sugar alcohols. Your body doesn't digest them and they might give you gas. So, not to gross anybody out, but Kim does not let me eat Lenny and Larry's protein cookies. Those are not allowed in my house. And she can always tell when I go to the gas station and sneak one on my ride home. So Watch out for the sugar alcohols. Not too bad on them on the Quest bars. After that, I do like the Bear Bells. Those are a good one. We eat our Justin Perfect bars. Okay. Is that the name of them? Justin Perfect bars? Because I'm thinking Perfect Bar. Is that the same thing? I don't know if that's the same. We eat the Perfect bars. Perfect bars are higher on calories than your average protein bar, but they're also going to be the most natural nutrient profile. So again, we're having trade-offs here on what makes the most sense. I like the way they taste. I think they're filling. So I'll take one of those. Man, those are really the ones that I go to. It's Quest and also the OG Quest. Second, the Quest Hero Quest Crips. I'm those are growing on me. Third, Bear Bells into those perfect bars. I'm trying to think if there's one other. I had the Built bars. So many people swear about those. I didn't like them. The Built Puff. I thought those just awful. And yeah, I don't even. I can come up with, I can go through and I have no problem taste testing more protein bars. So I'll find some more. I need to know what the Aldi. Okay, well, we'll look at Aldi. I'll walk into an Aldi tomorrow. If it's the same Justin Perfect bar I'm thinking of, yes, good, just a little higher on the calories. Now, RX bar. Good thing you said that. Let's mess around on my windows. RX bar calories. RX bar calories. 210 calories. Only 12 grams of protein with 23 grams of carbs. I look
Ooh.
at that as more of a carb bar. And you're a runner, you're an endurance athlete, so you need those carbs. So I'm not opposed to it. And all of the sugar in there, even though there's 13 grams of sugar, there's 0 grams of added sugar. So they're not loading it with crap. You're getting your sugar, looks like from the cocoa and the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, again, not the worst thing, but I think they're just a little lower on the protein and would be considered. What do they consider it on there? Do they advertise it as a protein bar? They do, but
Yeah.
it's a little, it's lower on the grand scheme.
Mm.
Whereas, see, now when you look at a Quest, which is more like a candy bar, Quest images. Let's see. Give me a nutrition one. There we go. Oatmeal chocolate chip. 7 grams of fat, 7 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein. Now, even though it's got 24 grams of carbs, here comes the watch your bowels comment. 14 of those grams are dietary fiber. So we're down to 10. They're going right through you. Total sugars, 1 gram. So very low there. And then 5 grams of the sugar alcohol, which is just your body doesn't die. It's just in one side, out the other.
Mm-hmm.
So don't eat 25 of those in a day. You'll be on the pot.
Mm.
But I like the RX bar. They're tasty. Eric is being dramatic. They have so many, and they all look the same, and Aldi is overwhelming. It's overwhelming because I never have a quarter on me. 30.
Mine is whelming because it's in an area where there's a lot of Airbnbs, and suddenly it's everybody's first day on earth, no matter what day or time I show up to the Aldi. I just, it's just a bad time for me every week,
Okay, we'll keep you out of there.
out as fast as I can.
See, Bob said that if a protein bar is 150 calories, at least 15 grams of protein. Drop the zero. Good rule of thumb. Good rule of thumb. Eating aloha bars. I haven't tried one of those yet. I will try that, Charlotte. Puff bars are like chewing a mattress. Thank you, Erica. You're wild. Built changed their recipe. They used to be so good, but they're terrible now. David's is another good brand. David's a good brand. It's clean. It's not cheap. I've had those a handful of times. Yeah, 4 count at Target's 11.69. David protein bar. Not David Duchovny. Internet. Let's see. 150 calories with 28 grams of protein. That's solid as a rock. That's real good. Carbs. I might switch over to those from the Quest bars because total carbs 13 grams, sugar alcohols 8 grams, so a little more on the sugar alcohol than the Quest, but it doesn't have the added sugars. So that's not bad. And only 2 grams of fat, 1.5 grams on the saturated fat. Those probably some of the David's bar might be the best macro I've seen on a bar there. I'm not gonna forget chewing a mattress. Builder bar. I've had that. I gotta look and see what the
Mm.
label looks like. Oh man, they gave because they're by Cliff. They
They
would
are.
they would give these things away in the gyms. Like I'd be eating them like snacky cakes. Kind of like what Bob said. Drop the zero. So 260 calories. Dropping that zero, it should have 26 grams of protein. It's only got 16. My bigger concern, yeah, again, carbs aren't the devil, but there's 22 grams, and 5 of those are sugars, and 4 of those are added sugars. So it's floating heavier on the carb side of things, which is not a bad thing, especially if you're an endurance athlete. You might want to have a higher carb snack like that. So you really got to compare it also to your goals. Like I'm in a cut right now, so I'm looking to reduce the carbs a little more than I normally do. But those are tasty. I'd rather down an Oikos protein shake. What is the one? Man, what is the one? This woman, she accidentally bought a protein, pure protein, Dymatize. She bought like 4 months ago the wrong pro. She thought she was getting vanilla and she bought it. It was Fruity Pebbles flavored. Dymatize Fruity Pebbles flavored. She's like a 5-year-old. She drinks them after every workout now. She's got to have her Fruity Pebbles flavored. But
Bar is really delicious too.
which one?
The bar of the Fruity Pebbles one is really good
Is
too.
it? And you know what? That Dymatize one, 160 calories, 30 grams of protein in the drink. 30 grams of
Wow.
protein, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sugar, 3 grams of fat. That's edging the David ever so slightly on like the overall macros if you're just trying to. Plus, it's convenient. So she just gets, I had to yell at her. I said, "You got to stop buying these in the damn vending machine," because she'd forget to get them at Sam's Club. I was like, "Stop buying them." Kristen, now you got me want to try the bar. Got me want to try.
It's kind of my new favorite.
All right, I'm gonna give it a go.
Even more so than the Cocoa Pebbles.
What bar is that? Bob said, "What bar is that? Which one?" Cocoa Pebbles. I'll try that. Which bar, Bob? I was going in on them. The David protein. Um, I'm just hitting the Google machine. I'm pulling up everybody's macros right now. They're in a little gold package. Little gold. They have a blueberry pie flavored bar. Um, chocolate chip cookie dough flavored bar. I got them at Target. Bye, Krista. My goal. The mint chocolate built is a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie. That's trouble. That's trouble. I'll eat 25 of those bars in a day.
Mm.
You gotta watch out. Obsessed with the Fairlife. Everybody says good things about Fairlife. Had the bad sugar substitute. Gotta watch out for that. Don't forget Bucked Up. Bob loves his Bucked Up. I have a PTO meeting. Have a good night, all. See you in the chat. What else we got for me tonight? I blew through and I got through everything at 6:58. What other questions we got? Or you just want to hammer out protein bars some more and have me destroy some more? I know Bob back in the day. You definitely had Metrex bars back in the day, right?
No, I used to believe it or not, Joe White and Mega Packs and all the Joe White stuff back in the day. That's what I used to take.
That doesn't shock me.
All the amino acids and all that stuff. Yeah.
That doesn't shock me. But if you ever here, I'm gonna drop this again real quick. Yeah, I mean, there's good stuff. The Joe Waiter stuff was good, real good back in the day.
Yeah. It was good for if you needed them. It wasn't, he used to, advertise it, which he got in trouble with his anabolic stuff. But if you needed your amino acids, they were perfect.
All right, this is the stuff you want to watch out for. And I'm guilty because I'll pop into Wawa And this crispy apple pie is ridiculous. This thing tastes so good. It's a full-on candy bar. The chocolate cookie crunch, also super cookie crunch, delicious. Actually, I'm gonna go back to that picture. The big thing you're looking for here, right there, meal replacement bar. So 32 grams of protein, big letters, meal replacement bar. Ew, who's buying these on eBay? 410 calories,
Oof.
42 grams of carbs, 25 grams of sugar, 24 grams of added sugar. Well, we got a little background on it. Like those are the ones that will get you in trouble. And I'm guilty. If I'm starving, I will grab something like that. But those bad boys, they are, they're good, but they're dangerous. Why don't they make fun and good tasting vegan options like these? It's harder. It's harder to get the flavor down. I think, as stuff comes, as I don't know, food science continues to go, I think it's better than it was 5 years ago. I think there's more options out there than it was 5 years ago. So I think they'll just continue to improve on those options. I mean, there was a clear protein that tasted like water that came out. So I'm like, if they could do that, then somebody can finally get vegan protein done.
Some of them are terrible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I married somebody that loves, what is that site? The feed where you try out all these protein bars and stuff. Is that what it is? She loves to buy bars. And oh, I saw this influencer talking about it, and that's, oh, she's back. I can't talk too much. I got to calm down. She just walked in with the dog, but she buys bars, and because she saw somebody talk about them, and then she'll eat half the bar, and she's like, oh, that was disgusting. And I'm like, why did you get 12 of them? Why not just get one? And I will not waste protein. I will eat my way through those terrible vegan protein bars. Charlotte, I'll do it. I don't like to waste them. So I'll test
They're
some out for you.
expensive and they're nasty.
That's why I won't waste them. I'm like, you know what? It'll just become one of my snacks. I'll do it. I'll do it. If you increase protein but carbs and fats go down, is that okay? Can't seem to get all of them. Yeah, that's fine. That's a-okay with me. Hey, get your protein number up. I know protein water is still a thing, but I've yet to see it in person. It's out there. Yeah. Protein water. Sam's Club and Costco had it. Yeah, they're expensive. Sparkling protein water. Target has everything, man. And they got bucked up. They got Bob's carbonated protein ready to drink rainbow candy flavor bucked up at GNC.
If
Yeah, they
I
are.
wait a few months, I'm sure Aldi will come out with their version.
They will. They will. I've been trying Oath. I haven't tried Oath. They're like blue raz and lemonade, and it's just a great break from the regular stuff. That's it. Like, I look at something like that where you give me a sparkling protein drink from Genius Gourmet with 30 grams of protein versus a Coca-Cola. Whew, that's going to be a win. Bye, Nicole. Protein powders. I have two questions actually. Go.
Okay, I'll make them quick. Number one for protein powder, do you prefer that it be mixed with water or with something like a Fairlife ultra processed, lower fat, like milk situation to try to get more protein? I know it ups the fat and the carbs a little bit, but
If it's within the macros, you're good.
I just didn't know if there was
If,
like a.
if it fits within your macros, I tend to have mine right after the gym in the morning, so I'm hitting up their water fountain. I don't have access to it. I don't have
Yeah.
access to an almond milk or something like that, or even the other stuff. So, whatever, if it's bumping up your overall protein, go for it.
Um, that makes sense. Number two, how are you guys getting it blended so well? Because my blender bottle has been doing me dirty and like leaving chunks of powder in there.
I found if I pre-make mine and let them sit for a while in the fridge, then it like mixes together better. I don't get chunks.
Okay.
I've been in many and almost car crash trying to shake out that last chunk because it was figured into my macros. So it happens to everybody. There's no good answer there.
Okay, good. I was just making sure that it wasn't like a user error.
Nope.
Make mine at home, and I have a hand blender. So, it's powered. So it
Okay.
actually fires it up super fast. But yeah, the shaker bottles are hit or miss.
Yeah, you always get a little cake on there.
Mhm.
Speaking of the other, Savannah, what do I know about the PB Fit Bar? I've never tried that. I Googled it. It's first time seeing it. First time seeing those ones. So I see 22 grams of protein. I cannot, for the life of me, get their nutrition label on any of these sites I've gone onto. Oh, haha, spoke too soon. I don't want your free recipe book. Maybe. I thought I had it. A lot of soy protein. So if you're somebody who avoids soy, probably not the best. Um, Dude, if their nutrition label would pull up, it'd be great. They're doing me dirty. I thought I had it. Aha. It's the one picture that won't pop on their website. Send me a picture of the nutrition label and I'll break it down for you. 24 grams of protein, 40, 30, 30 macros. I'd take that if I knew it was 40 on the protein. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, send it my way. Premier Protein, good. Good as a replacement. I like it. I like Premier Protein. Alternate between Fairlife and Premier. Immersion blender. Yeah, every Sunday I fill up 6 shaker bottles, 6 tall shaker bottles for after my workout, 6 mini shaker bottles for before my workout. It's like one of my little Sunday rituals because I don't want to be, so I don't mess with that immersion blender. It's just shake, 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 and be ready. I got a free shaker bottle during the expo and I give it a 4 out of 10. The ball inside isn't coiled tightly enough. I don't mess with the ball. I don't like the ball. I always get messed up there. Yeah, just do one of the arm workouts. You'll shake it without trying. I'll send it when I get home. I'll tape it to the hands. Yeah. Well, if that's all the questions we got tonight, I'm gonna cut you loose so I can say hi to the missus and also have what is she making tonight? Who went in the recipe chat? In the recipe chat, she's been sharing all her latest recipes.
Mm.
So the chicken curry, red chicken curry was delicious. Whatever comes tonight, we'll share it your way. And yeah, send me all the questions. Let's finish strong. We're having a burger bowl tomorrow. I like it, Bob. Let her
Mhm.
know how it goes. See
Have a
ya.
good night, everybody.
See ya.
Good night.